2/3 of my work, and maybe yours, is obsolete. Now what really matters is the other 1/3. Let me explain. This moment has been coming for some time. Some argued it happened a while ago. I got the feeling it happened this week. AI can now do a far better job than almost all educated, experienced, smart people at scouring the internet and writing a synthesis of some sort. Anything from an academic article to a feature story. And it can do it in a fraction of the time. What might take 2 months can be done in moments by AI. It still needs a great deal of input, fixes. These AI still make serious mistakes, and it can still do with a variety of nuance, fact-checking, and the like, and artistry. But I would suggest it has now commoditized that, scouring the internet and producing a robust written output of almost any genre. Now, there are two general responses to this, I think, that all of us have. The first is, oh no, I'm obsolete. I'm now subject to a life of technical feudalism. My education, training, experience is wasted. I had that thought, and then I moved on to what I think is a better, a more enduring answer. I'm thinking, what a great opportunity. We can let AI do some grudge work. We can check it very carefully. And we've seen all kinds of people, including judges and consultants, caught out for misusing AI. Instead of using it as a research assistant, a PA type thing, a tool, using it to do their work. And we must not do that. And here is the opportunity. It's using that 1/3 and the extra time that we have to compete. Not necessarily to compete with AI, but to compete with our competitors who are being less wise, less strategic about the use of AI. First, as I would always tell my MBA students doing their research, in our first meeting I would say, answering this question won't be very hard. It may be grudge work. Coming up with a question is what's hard and important. We still are the ones that come up with good questions. Access to primary evidence is also important. AI can access just about all the data online. What it cannot do is go out and find that expert who doesn't always talk and interview them. Find that rare document or book and explore it. And pose good questions to experts and thinkers. AI struggles to be heterodox, and that's all that really matters. Mainstream views are somewhat valuable. Most of my views are heterodox. AI, by its very nature, struggles to be heterodox. I think people pay for heterodox ideas. There's also the way we present it. AI increasingly can do something like I'm doing now, produce a human figure that talks. We can still do that better in many ways. We can go into a room and impress people. We can be compelling. We can have relationships. And that's really what builds businesses and produces fantastic content. It's the way we bring people together. How do we form this business? What question does this business answer? Which people do we bring together? How do we synthesize them and synergize them? How do we get the best out of people? There is still an element of artistry that AI can't do. Beautiful wording, nuance, poetry. AI will get better at this, but there's still human value in that. We can also reject poor AI. There's still economic value in people who can use AI as a tool, but to reject its bad outcomes, its hallucinations, its poor reasoning, its mistakes, etc. And again, we're competing with other people using AI, and some use it poorly. So, I think we all have those two thoughts in response to AI. First, the Luddite response. We're tempted to metaphorically throw shoes at the mechanical loom. Go away, AI, I don't like you. You're taking my job. I think that's a short-sighted view, and people who do that will lose. And people who over-rely on AI, contrarily, will lose. The winners will be the ones who are strategic, and they embrace this, and they say, well, AI really is automation, very powerful automation, perhaps more powerful than anything that's come before it. And unlike many prior technologies, it doesn't just make one thing more efficient. It's more like electricity. It makes almost everything more efficient. AI gives us additional time. It gives us an additional tool to exploit this 30% I'm talking about. And the 30% may well get smaller as AI gets better. Nonetheless, the only sensible response is to embrace AI as a new technology, to use it smartly, and to use our time and our abilities strategically to win.